This podcast is brought to you in part by Kevin Carr, mortgage manager at Lennox Financial. He makes the process of getting a new home loan easy, quick, and painless. If you've been thinking about a refinance or new home purchase, there's never been a better time than now. Mortgage rates are historically low, which means you can do it with no closing costs. Call 470-607-1039. That's 470-607-1039. Call Kevin today and see how Lennox Financial can save you money on your mortgage and do it with no closing costs. Also, make sure to visit pickledrip.com if you want to support our podcast. That's pickledrip.com.
There's tons of stuff on pickledrip.com, and they update their inventory daily.
And now, the Pickle Podcast is proud to present Young Creatives. Yeah, you guys are teed up pretty good. But yeah, welcome to the Pickle Podcast, guys.
Hey,
how's the coffee that my wife made you want?
Actually, let me try it right now. I've been waiting for it to.
Are we gonna get a review
it's
on
hot.
it?
Be careful, man. You're gonna burn his lips right away.
Well, luckily we live in Iowa, so it's cooled off pretty easily. It's good. Yeah. This is actually really good.
Is it really? It's Nespresso. Yeah. I think only.
It's Nespresso. Okay.
Yeah, you got to be a bougie.
I was gonna say I taste some chocolate in it.
It does. I think it's probably a chocolate flavor.
Okay.
But yeah, if anybody that's listening right now or watching, we're actually talking to Juan and Riley from the Young Creatives, they do film, they do fashion. What else do you guys do exactly? Because I want to know.
Film, movies, fashion, music videos.
This is the script I always tell everybody. It's a production company. We do music videos, commercials, photography, pretty much anything that you guys can think of.
We do
with
weddings.
The camera, we do
weddings too.
Weddings, anything that's creative. Like, it's almost hard when someone asks that question because it's like. You either say like just one thing and be modest, like, oh yeah, we're a video production service, and then it's like, oh, so you don't do photography, so you don't do this,
right?
But it's like I want people to know, so that's why I think
so many companies don't do all of it, though. You know what I mean? They're specialized, but you guys are able to do that, and it's kind of amazing to me how you're able to do so many things and focus on it because just doing this podcast and so much work, it's got to help having each other. How did you guys first meet and everything? Like, what's the story of, how you guys came together, how you guys met? Because I know it's a fate type of thing, I'm sure.
Definitely. So I'm originally from Chicago, and I came out to Cedar Rapids, Iowa in 2014. Wow, it's been so long. To go study film at college. And that's when I met Riley at a party. One of our mutual friends introduced us to each other. He knew I shot music videos, and he knew Robert was an artist. So, we just met at the party, and I said, wow, look at this, like a musician that's actually like good, a musician that actually makes good music, because I was starting out at the time, shooting like low budget music videos for local artists that nobody knew, who they were. But here I met Rob, somebody who's like really passionate and creative and pretty much on the same page with like ideas anytime we talk about creating stuff.
Yeah, and at the time I was like, I went to college. I went to St. Ambrose and played football, and then I went to Briarcliff, transferred. I was one of those. I was the new kid at like 3 colleges. Like it was like in 2 years. Like I just didn't like anywhere I was at. Like it was different playing football with like people I didn't grow up with. So I was like, fuck you guys. Like honestly, I was like, this is terrible. So I left, and during that time I was pursuing music. I started making music in college on Xbox 360 headset, like Turtle Beach.
Oh yeah,
with Audacity, having to punch in and do ad libs. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, and it was terrible. So I left, and I was like, I need to invest my money. I started working any job you can think of. I've literally done it, and just hated it my entire life. And I was in that moment when we met. I was literally in a string of like studio time. I'm broke now. Studio time. I'm broke now. Spending all my money on that.
So what age were you guys when you guys met?
We were the same age, so...
I think we were 20.
20?
19 or 20.
I was 20. I was 20 for sure.
How old are the Young Creatives now?
I'm 25.
We're both 25. We're both 25.
Same age,
We're both 95 babies.
His birthday's in September.
Yeah.
I'm slightly older. I'm a few months older. My birthday's in June.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo. He's a...
No. I ain't gonna say my shit because...
Is he a Leo? Because I'm a Leo. I'm a Leo,
I ain't gonna say
Leo, cool.
Because... You know what I'm saying? There's some witches out there that if they know your shit, they gonna cast a spell on you. I ain't gonna look. I was born in June. Figure it out.
All right. Well, what's your love language then? We won't get too personal. What's your love language?
My love language? Ooh, okay. So my love language. Oh no. Real quick. Love language. Putting the bookmark in that real quick. I just want to go back to just this little thing because I think this is very important. Real quick.
Oh yeah. The origin story.
Yeah. It's very important. Just because I was doing my own videos, you know what I'm saying? Always was doing stuff, but I didn't have anyone who I could, you know what I'm saying, trust with like a vision, like to really like execute it, like to the point where like he's talking about lighting lighting and like, you know, angles and why this has to come before this and why, you know, so he took my fucking random paint that I just threw on a canvas and was like, bro, no, this green should be blue and this is why, you know, this red, wrong brush stroke. You need to, you know what I'm saying, in certain areas. And I was more business minded, so that gave us the ability to be like, okay, he's gonna focus on what he's good at. I'm gonna focus on what I'm good at. You know, and that in that itself, even before the business, we were for 3 years. Like he shot all my videos, shot a documentary together. You know, I helped him out with a couple of film projects. He had to do a senior film where he like built the entire set. Like, so we were always helping each other do stuff even before the business. So, but yeah, my love language though. I love to cook. I love to cook. Oh
yeah, there we go.
I've had 3 serious relationships in my life. High school, I dated a girl for 2 years. College, I dated a girl for 2 years, and just recently broke up with a girl I'd been with for like 4 or 5 years. Right. So I was better a cook than all of them. I was a better cook. I've been the best cook.
Yeah, that's saying a lot. Yeah.
And I'm saying like, the only better cooks that I know are like chefs.
Where's the lamb sauce?
He fucks with me. You know what I'm saying? Like we throw down. You know what I'm saying? I'm like
you made a really good chicken Alfredo yesterday.
Last night.
Yeah,
Look, marinated the onions and peppers for like 4 hours.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't start cooking until midnight because we were just both editing. I don't think we spoke for like 5 hours.
Yeah. You had to defrost the chicken, so like that.
Defrosting the chicken, had to marinate with the chipotle glaze over the potatoes. Then I did a garlic and herb onion pepper mix, and then I put that over Alfredo chicken. So
regardless, we're creative bachelors just living together. Making that happen. Right. I feel like we're in the modern version of Friends. So like black and Mexican,
but like the black and Mexican version of Friends, like
like Ross and Joey over here. Only a little bit.
No, dead ass.
But okay, so like back to the origin story, just because we technically didn't get to when Young Creative started. So it was my senior year. I had just graduated. I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to, you know, I had to make money somehow. You know, here I had this degree. So Rob came up with the idea. He said, hey, what if we just start a business? Like, you're smart, I'm smart. We both have equal talents. You know, we can make money doing this. Before he even said that, you know, I had never thought about making it a business, so to say. You know, I always just sort of thought I was going to be making videos and getting paid for it, but I never put the word business in my mind until he thought of it. And then together, we just took that leap of faith over that summer. He threw his first music festival called Sandfest, which was how many artists came out to that? It was like
Sandfest
really
is what
big.
it's called?
It was here in town. Yeah,
You can actually pull up a video of this.
Yeah, let's pull a video of Sandfest real quick.
If you just go to our Facebook page. So that was 2018, the spring of 2018, leading into that summer, he graduated. So he was in his old apartment for like, you know, they give you like a month to move out or whatever.
In college, like in the campus.
Yeah, so that last, like, you know, like I said, I'd been over to his house. I literally would stay at his crib more than I did my own. I ended up moving my cat over there just because I was like, bro, like, it's so much more creative over here. We can get so much more shit done if we're here and wake up together, you know what I'm saying, like in the same like structure to like do shit instead of buying Ubers and stuff. You know,
go to our videos.
Videos, right?
Yeah, so go to videos, and then you can just keyword Sandfest.
You guys seem like you're locked in though, like as a group. Just locked in
yeah,
together.
and we'll get to that, man, because like this comes with like lots of sacrifice. Yeah, Sandfest, and then just because we did it 2 years in a row.
Oh, right here.
So yeah, well, there's gonna be so many. Just look for the video specifically.
Okay. Lots of pics.
Lots of pics. Yeah, lots of pictures.
It's always good to have lots of pictures.
There it is.
Right?
Go
There's
up.
video.
That video. That's the recap. So that's actually a recap. Look, before you play this real quick, because 2018 we had about 450 people come out. Huge.
Yeah.
Most, and I don't mean to put race into it, but in Iowa, most black promoters do not have successful events like that happen. It's just not a thing. You know, something happens. You know, there's either a shooting. There's a
that needs to change.
Like, and it does. And we actually had the one of the higher ranking officers there that night and was like, shook my hand and everything. And he was like, man, like, thank you for like literally like no one's drunk driving, no one's fought anyone, no one's even yelled at anybody all night, and it was amazing. But Sandfest was held at Twister's Gymnastics. They acquired like that year they acquired like 10 sand volleyball courts.
Wow.
And they opened up a sandbar called Sandlot Sports. So a big marketing tactic. My friend Darren's dad owns Twisters, John Mangold.
Okay. So
had that connection in a way, and then he was like, man, I want to get people out here. What do we do? And literally I'm sitting there in my room just like Sandfest. I was like,
it just comes out of nowhere.
I called Juan. I
love that.
I was like, Juan, bro, I have this idea. I need a flyer. You know Photoshop. I know exactly how I want the flyer.
Good thing it was at Crab Fest, right?
Oh God, no. Who knows? It might have been. Who knows? I'm just saying, but as far as the Sandfest goes, man, this is the second year, and we had like 700 people.
Yeah.
How long's the video here?
It's like just a little recap.
Okay, so I'm gonna with my audio, I actually just have to flip something off, so some of our mics aren't gonna work, but we're gonna hear the audio here. Okay.
Perfect,
All good.
perfect.
Sandfest.
Hopefully this will work here. I think it's muted. If it doesn't, here we go.
At Sandlot Sports, it's going to be the party.
Mic's back on.
Yeah, so that festival right there, that was the second one, but the first one we didn't really do a video recap per se because we were just so focused on everything going right and not losing money, and because like if we would have not succeeded in that event, Young Creators would not have happened. And that's just a fact now that in hindsight looking back.
That first Sandfest really gave us a lot of confidence when we started the business.
Because that was the first time we were like, whoa.
Anytime we doubted ourselves, we were like, okay, yeah, but look what we just made happen.
Yeah. We just literally threw a festival, back-to-back festival.
One observation I was able to make just from listening to your stories is that you guys went through the trials and tribulations of, trying to figure out what you want to do at a very young age.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. By the age of 20, I had an epiphany, and I knew that I needed to do something creative with my life.
And that's what I had in college, Same thing in college.
When did you start making videos and things like that? You said you're already doing
I've always been very creative since like a very young age. I used to draw a lot. I actually wanted to be an architect before I wanted to get into video. But there was just so much math involved, and I hated math. It was never my subject in school. Right. I'm more of an abstract thinker / literature kind of brain. I hate math and science. No, I don't hate it. It's just not for me,
Oh, me too. I'm the same exact way, man.
But I love science.
But I love
science is awesome, but I can't do the math on it.
I actually wanted to become an actor. I saw the movie Kick-Ass in I think 2009, and I was like, oh, it's so cool. How can somebody just be this character and get paid for it? So I wanted to become an actor. I didn't know any of my friends that knew how to use a video camera, so I started to teach myself how to do it. At the age of 18, my dad bought me my first video camera. The T2i, 4 generations below that camera. And I started just messing around with it. I started shooting music videos for free just to get experience. No matter what, I was like, okay, I don't care if your music is good or not. I'm going to shoot it just because I want to practice my lighting.
Smart move at that point,
angles.
That's really awesome.
Talking about investment in self,
Oh, yeah, man.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
And before Sandfest, I had the confidence to even want to do Sandfest because I had done shows before that and done like hip hop, mainly just hip hop stuff, with either rappers that I knew or friends that I knew, or whatever. Like I had done a couple like entrepreneurial, clothing line type stuff, but it was nowhere near the level of this because I didn't have a partner to pursue stuff with, and then also vice versa. As soon as we got the capital from that Sandfest, we did very well. We were able to buy a place because we were in this dorm room, bro, for like a month and a half with 2 cats.
I was actually
a house worth of
we were
furniture.
technically squatting for like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
I was supposed
thank
to be
you,
out.
College.
I was supposed to be out by like March or August 8th, and I was there till like the 20th because that's when we were going to move into our new place.
Oh yeah, we was in that
squatting. Squatters right there like 30 days.
I was like, okay, I have a degree. I paid you guys your money. Okay, just let me stay here for another week.
We're even now.
Seriously. But
so
that's crazy.
That was the start, and then once we moved in, our first client, you actually had on the show, Tone the Boss, was our very first client.
Wow. He was a savior. Yeah.
And the way that happened is, I tell this story all the time, so he'll know exactly where I'm going with this. Tone, if he's watching this, I literally hit him up like the main moment before everything, we were like, okay, we're gonna do this business, man. He was like, I don't know, man. I think you wanted to be a cameraman for the news station.
Yeah, I wanted to apply to KCRG and just do that because I knew that I could get it, or like I knew that was probably going to be my first step. I was so blind, I didn't know what I was going to do. I just said, okay, here.
And when he said, I guess. And someone like me, because he had only worked at Target before?
Yeah, I worked at Target, and then I had a few jobs within the school at college, but those aren't really real jobs. You kind of just work study.
And then with me, I'd already
like a job.
I'd already worked so many jobs. I'd already worked so many jobs in college or out of college. Like I'd been out of college for 3 years while he was in college, right? So I'm already in the real world. I'm like, bro, you're gonna hate that.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I didn't tell him that, but in my head I was like, no. And I literally within 14 seconds of me walking back from his room, like me being like, oh bro, you want to do that? Oh man, okay. Then I walked back and I was like, yo, Tone's doing this thing called Summer Jam. I was like, hey bro, you need a commercial. $200 for a commercial, bro.
Done.
Let's
right?
meet. He was like, yeah, where can we meet? I was like, we don't have a fucking office. Let's meet at Wendy's. Right there.
Wendy's.
We met at least
Right across
20
coast.
clients at
Yeah.
Wendy's, or at least I did. Like when he was busy, because he was still busy doing stuff that he had to do school-wise to get out of where he was at and stuff like that. So if like moments where he was busy or I was busy, I would literally meet clients at Wendy's, like just walk over.
Shout out Wendy's. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
it.
Thank you, Wendy's.
I love
Trying to get
Shout
that
out
sponsor.
Wendy's.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to get them
They
chicken
never told
nuggets.
us to leave, even though we didn't buy anything.
I have a line. I'm like, was having meetings at Wendy's and couldn't buy a double stack, but now I got clients on tap, and I tell them double that or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I've been trying to play with
The double stack.
Bars, man. Yeah.
Double
And
stack.
it's real. That's the
Yeah,
best part.
yeah,
And
it's
it's real.
real.
Yeah, I can't be. Yeah. And it's like the one thing is like young creators. The main element right there was like the genuineness. Like we both wanted it, and it wasn't like a superficial want. Like, oh, I want this because someone else has it, and I want to be like that person, or I want it because I've never wanted anything, and it just would feel good to want something. And I'm like, no. I know I want this. I've wanted this since I was at least 6 years old, staring at these like little glow in the dark stars on the ceiling. I know we had all
dope.
those.
Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
like,
Oh,
I feel like I'm gonna be somebody, but I don't know what. But
It's
I'm
like-
not
it's like
gonna
that
be
Lupe
like
song.
an average person. Yeah,
You are what you say you are. A superstar.
I was gonna harmonize. You dropped out. I was gonna harmonize with you.
Right.
I was
Oh,
ready.
man,
I was
well,
about to leave. That would have been perfect.
I saw you
That's
playing
it right
guitar
there.
and singing earlier. I'm not even going to try to match that.
Oh man, stop! I wish I could sing. I really do. I try so hard. All I do is listen to people that can sing, and it kind of depresses me. I'm just like listening to these beautiful people sing. I'm just like, oh.
I get so depressed. I have no voice for singing whatsoever, and it just kind of makes me depressed because I'll be singing in the shower and be like, God, I sound terrible, especially with the echo
Isn't that
in here.
the worst when the music's in you, but
Yeah.
you can't fucking?
Can't
I
express
hate
it.
that
Oh,
shit, man.
no.
I hate that shit. I wish I
Yeah.
could sing. Luckily, there's a lot of good studios that get me sounding where I need to
There
be.
you go.
Yeah,
So-
that mastering is very important too. The sound editing and stuff. I'm still learning that stuff. And honestly, after the show, I'm going to ask these guys for maybe like advice for like 10, 15 minutes because you guys are
Cool, yeah,
You guys are way
sure.
ahead of the curve as far as a lot of people I've talked to in producing, editing, fashion, just all facets. So if I can learn something from you guys during the
Yeah.
podcast and after, man, I'd love to. That's awesome.
Of course.
course,
And the way,
man,
the way we work is like, because that's really interesting too. Because they're like, well, who does what and what does how does it happen? So like, if anyone's wondering that, I feel like we can answer that right now. Like the way most of our like things work is I usually am more the director. Juan tends to be cinematographer, lighting. Like I don't think what's the term for like lighting tech.
Yeah,
right?
we both
Yeah.
have the ability to
To do
direct.
yeah.
and
We
do all
both
this
do
stuff.
everything,
Yeah.
but usually like on set when it's just like a lot's going on, it's like it's better to delegate, and most of the time we delegate like to our strengths, right? So certain things like that, like
I
people
saw
don't
you guys
understand, yeah.
collaborating on that video where you had some guys coming down the stairs and then you were actually pulling him on the
Yeah,
cart
yeah.
to get like the scene where you're kind of floating away from the
exactly.
stairs.
Yeah. Just
I
like
can-
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's been moments where like I'll go someplace and film something because he has to go somewhere else and film something, or I'll do a rough edit of something and then pass it off to him, and then he'll do the final edit, or vice, like any type of like thing that needs to be done. We just like, okay, who should
juggle
do
it.
it?
Yeah.
and
We're
then
good
like
jugglers,
based off
that's
of
for
what
sure.
you're doing, I'll do that, and we're never free. Like we're always both busy.
But you guys trust
Yeah.
each
And
other.
You know
on
what's
both
funny
ends.
is that with that anytime like he has an issue that like he needs like my help on, or I have a problem that I need his help on, it always just like manages to work. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
One time like I remember we were shooting a scene and then my audio recorder stopped working, and I was like really messing with it for like 10-15 minutes. I couldn't get it to work. It was really stressing me out, and I was like, hey man, Rob, can you try to like mess with this? Like it's not working. Like I have new batteries in it, and we need this for the scene. We can't like get it done. Rob like tinkers with it for like a second, gets it to turn on. I'm like, bro, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's just like we both like.
It's like the universe wants
like
it to work.
telekinesis, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
it
the
really
universe
is.
wants it to work, and
It just happens sometimes. I feel like if people have been through similar experiences, you almost like you don't even need to talk about it. You just hear the other person talk, and you're like, "Oh, I think I can relate with this person on a deeper
Yeah.
level."
Yeah.
I
And
think
that
that
was-
happens a lot. I think
yeah.
definitely happened with you guys.
all the time.
Yeah.
all the time. time.
Yeah, I have people like that too that I just meet, and I'm like, this person has what it takes to talk about this kind of stuff
quality,
with me.
you know. Yeah. And I've met a few people like that in my life, and I can honestly say they're all doing great things. Like, it's not like that's a rare feeling, you know, to like someone like, you know, and we also like, we're friends, you know, like it's not just like, oh, we both want to be artists. It's like, nah, like we laugh at the same stuff. Like we realized we started talking about music. It's like, oh, like, you know, like you wouldn't think someone like me listens to post-punk or like David Bowie or 80s rock, but I do, and that's his favorite genre of like music, you know. So like we click on music. Like there's not a lot of things that we don't see eye to eye on, even if we're super different, because we are super different. It's still stuff that's like, that's dope.
Right.
Like, that's not my thing, but that's dope.
We have open minds when it comes to a lot of things.
Sure. I listen to really old Latin music, you know. Old Latin music really gets me going sometimes. Like, that's really some classic stuff.
Yeah.
I've been learning more Spanish.
Guitar. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love guitar. I've been learning more Spanish because, you know, he's obviously, you know, he speaks Spanish.
My family's in Mexico, too. We actually want to make a film in Mexico one day. So
that would be sick.
And I want to talk to my actors. I don't want to have to be like, hey, Juan, say this for me. Like, I'm already good. Like, I can honestly communicate with, like, some of his family members. Like, I'm like, and other people that speak Spanish. We have an artist we work with named Johnny. He's Puerto Rican, and he speaks like, it's a different dialect of Spanish. It's a little different, but he understands me, you know. So I'm like, I'm getting there. I want to eventually be bilingual, because I feel like if you're a human being and you go your whole life and don't learn another language, I feel like that's the most close-minded thing you can do as an American. Is to when I was at camp,
or if you don't want to, that's just super close-minded.
Yeah, like,
no, I don't want to do that at all. No, why would I do that?
Yeah,
but I think there's actually I went to Cancun recently.
Oh, nice.
And when you talk about Mexico, like, I thought it would be really cool to film something out in Mexico. There's all these towns that surround Cancun, and they're really kind of like 50 years ago. They got the 50, 60-year-old Pepsi signs on the walls, and everything's just like pre-Americana, but like put in these little Mexican towns. Like, I thought it would be super cool to just film in one of those towns, because it would actually make it look like it was like back in time.
Oh,
like
I was just in Mexico a month ago.
Pull up his Instagram. He's got some shots of
from Mexico. Yeah. It's actually León, Guanajuato, which is in central Mexico. Yeah. It's in central Mexico. It's a very industrial town. But yeah, I got some shots there on my Instagram.
Cody and Pickles, man.
Yeah, and I thought of that exact same thing.
That's fire. Cody and Pickles sounds like
we're trying to patent the drip and put it on other stuff like tacos and iced coffees and stuff like that. I know he likes coffee, so. Okay, let's find you here.
Search JUAN and then film.
Right here?
Yep.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, let's look at these Guadalajara pics. Are they recently?
Yeah, like the one of the sunset you could probably go.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah, so that right there is it's in my my aunt's ranch, and so I know what you said about like you if you go to Mexico, you can pretty much shoot in any time period. I thought about like doing like a Western in like 1800s Mexico or something. You know, because you just get those vibes when you're there. That's why we love traveling. I have pictures of England too. We're gonna go back to England in the spring to finish this vampire film we're working on.
The cinematography out there would be amazing with all the landscapes.
Even just there, you don't really have to try. I just took that picture and then it looked so nice.
Crazy. Daily like waking up.
Too. Well, I mean, that's just a dope ass picture.
Yeah, we have films planned out like 5 years, 6 years from now. Like ones where like we like haven't even wrote scripts yet, but we know the concepts there. Like,
now, where's this?
That's also that's Guanajuato City, which is like 30 minutes out.
I just want to rent that whole area out and kind of chill for a couple days. You know,
I picture a huge chase sequence, and they all like run down, like, you know, like you get some parkour guys to like run down from the very top building, and like maybe there's like a chopper, like
maybe you have some mopeds coming down there with
not
in
a Western, obviously, but like if this was like some crazy like scene in like Mission Impossible or something.
Cowboy parkour. Like they keep the hat on the whole time,
cowboy hats,
right? Just
hit a backflip. He uses the spurs to like slide on the wall. He's just like,
that'd be sick.
Yeah, you keep scrolling down. See, you'll probably see some pictures of like England.
Oh yeah.
Is this England?
No, that's also Mexico. That's also
obviously Mexico there too.
Yeah, all the warm ones. Yeah.
Let's go down a little farther here.
Oh, here we go. These are some England ones. That one right there. I just took that one of him. Right.
Is this one?
Yeah. So that's downtown Manchester, England. That's where we're going back. This is pre-coronavirus, by the way. You know, this was like the year before.
Yeah, this is 2019.
That's crazy. You guys are making me hungry with the Mexico and Europe
KFC.
Oh no, no. Europe's food is trash. Europe's food is trash. Okay, I'll speak to Manchester. I'll speak to because Europe is. I just condemned the whole like.
Right.
England, Manchester specifically. nah, it's not it.
Toast.
It's fucking not it, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I love them. We made lifelong friends out there. You know, like nice. we're gonna go back out there. Like, I talk to some of them like weekly, like, you know, all the time. Like,
yeah.
But no.
And even like in Mexico too. Like, I feel like everywhere outside of America, the food is just like more plain. Like, it's more like just like
because it's healthy.
MSG in it,
yeah, sure. We're overspiced like hell over here.
It might be my fucked up thing, like, because obviously I'm an American who's just like, oh, it's not salty enough. It's not, you know. So obviously the food's better for you, but like,
it's real food.
My taste buds is like.
It's like the MSG that they put makes it more flavorful and stuff too. They probably don't use as much over there, but yeah, it's just toast and like eggs that don't look good.
Well, if you just handed them Taco Bell and they were just like,
there's
what
no
is this?
exactly like there's no place in America if you go into a KFC and you say, "Can I have sauce?" They're gonna say, "No, we have no sauce." I literally ordered a fucking bucket full of chicken for 6 people.
No
and I was
sauce?
Like, no, not like, oh, we don't have barbecue, we don't have no, like no fucking sauce. It's like, no, well, our sauce, mate. I'm like, the fuck you mean you got a sauce? I'm like, the fuck you selling me for $60 worth of chicken?
What's that riffraff said? Only Americans eat duck sauce. I think it's true. It's because duck sauce doesn't exist over there.
Duck sauce, man. I would have taken fucking old sauce from the back, fucking expired for 4 years. I don't care. I was the saddest person eating that chicken, bro. It's like dry as hell. And we had to go back and film. It was like a little like lunch break we took, and we had to go back and film. And I was just like, nah, I gotta like, because I'm one of the leads in the movie as well. I play this character named Leo.
Vampire. Yeah.
Oh, Roy's down to his coys.
Go to our Facebook.
Demon, mate. He's a fucking like he's really he's
go to our Young Creators Facebook and pull out the England pictures. There's more on there.
And by the way, I'm going to set these out because these are what we're going to review next.
Oh, these are nice.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited.
These are natural pickles. These are natural pickles. I could tell because the color is a little more like bland.
They have to be refrigerated.
It's more organic
because they have no artificial preservatives. They have to be refrigerated. A lot of people don't know that about pickles. Some of them you keep on the shelf, some you can't.
Yeah, because don't you got to add bacteria to pickles to make them do that? Because isn't a cucumber that's gone bad in a way?
It's a kind of bacteria. You just don't want the bad bacteria. So that's why they put
some bacteria is
preservatives
good.
in it.
Yeah, some bacteria. There's a lot of food that.
Is that a whistle? What is that attached? Is that a whistle?
It's a spoon.
That is actually a pickle fork that I picked up, and it's to help us. Yeah,
wow.
It's a Corona-free pickle.
Talk about some anime later. Talk about that. That's a scene right there.
Exactly. Right.
That would be cool.
That would be dope. So let's look up this thing on your Facebook page real quick, and then we'll do the review.
Go to our photos, and then our photo albums.
Okay, photo albums here.
Sweet. Is there like an etiquette?
Like, do I like plates swirl too, don't you?
What do I?
You got plates too if you want to try them out.
See all.
You got a plate there too.
See, okay.
I'll hook you up real quick.
You got a plate.
I got a plate right here.
Yeah. Like,
wow, thank you.
You guys automatically took the jar lid off. We usually let people do it ceremonial, so you guys already know.
You're popping. Yeah, you're popping cherries over here. Yeah.
I feel like this piece was made for me because it's just small and it's just right there at the top.
All right, so we have all albums here. Which one is it in?
England 2019.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Here we
go. You'll see me in my vampire swag.
Vampire swag, baby.
Yeah, these are all. Oh, that one go up. We have that one framed in our living room right there.
Yeah,
This
Rob
one?
took that picture spur of the moment, but got the perfect angle. There's like somebody making a turn on their bicycle.
This was the moment when I was like, I could be a photographer, like, like for real, not just like maybe take a photo or two.
Also, when we went out to England, it was Rob's first time on an airplane too.
Oh yeah, my first time on a plane ever. I was 24 and I went.
Time scary, bro.
13 hours to England, bro.
Was that 13 hours?
The way there was great. I watched like 6 movies like back to back, just like, you know, but then like the way back, I don't know what it was with the altitude. Like I had a headache for the last like 8 hours, bro. It was bad. Like I asked the lady for some aspirin and like they couldn't really like give me any because I'm like a foreigner. Plus I didn't have my medical shit on me because I was just like, I was young and just traveling.
They made you sign a form?
Yeah, they made me sign a form and then they had to wait like 3 hours to make sure I wasn't like critical, because then if I was critical and they gave me something and it made it worse, then they're liable. So they had to make sure it was just a headache and I wasn't about to have like a fucking seizure or something. But like I was good. Like I was just like, bro, my head is pounding.
And it hurts.
Now what's this picture? You guys know what statue this is from?
Not necessarily Mr. Manchester himself. I don't know. I don't know. That probably sounds so dumb to people.
He looks like he did something important. So, he invented the town.
No, but you know what's so weird?
That was on our walk, actually. Those 2 photos were taken on the same walk.
Walking around.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Go to that picture of Rob in that in the middle of the street down.
This one?
Yeah, so that was when we first got to England, we were supposed to go to our Airbnb, but we ended up waiting like 3 hours for this like random person who wasn't even the person I was talking to on the app to let us in. And it ended up being like a really sketchy situation that
we
walked
had no
into.
idea.
Yeah,
it just goes to show how craft we have to be, because we were in a fucking hood in England, and we were like, oh, bro, it's so nice. The architecture is so dope.
This is Rusholme, Manchester, for those who are watching.
Rusholme. We had two of our actors, Jake Owens and Drew Jank, come to pick us up, and just because they were like, oh man, like, because we found the actors before we went to England, like, so they knew we were coming and stuff. So we had like a base, and our friend Asal, we actually met her in college, at his college.
Yeah,
and
she
stuff.
was a foreign exchange
So
student.
when they picked us up, they were literally like,
There's the
hey, like,
vampire.
are you okay? Like, they're like, are you all right, mate? Like, it's mad dodgy around here, mate. And I'm like, fuck you mean?
This reminds me of American
warn me
Werewolf in
before?
London.
It kind of does, huh?
Yeah,
I'm like,
because
bro, they don't have guns in England. Like, they were like, you know, somebody who's been shot.
Those leather jackets are
course.
distressed with a knife.
Are they?
Unfortunately,
They're scared with a knife.
That's
This
just
kind
how
of
it
looks
is
like our
here.
logo right here, actually, at the bottom left.
that's a
Oh
crazy.
yeah, it kind of does.
Oh yeah.
Wow, maybe it was a sign. Look, it kind of looks like
Exactly.
their logo on
See,
the
it looks
bottom
like our
left.
pickle
The
logo,
paint.
kind of. If you just didn't see our
Yeah.
logo, boom, there it is.
You guys are supporting us.
And then
even
we got
back in
the
the day.
Wow.
You know what?
This
That
is meant
reminds.
to be.
That makes me want to come out with
Yes.
like a whiteout pickle like tea or something.
Let's do
where
a
it's
collab
all
joint,
white
man.
out.
Oh, we should.
Speaking of which,
That'd be
hey,
dope.
this would be a good time to talk about
yeah.
the merch. Let's get you
Let me
guys some.
grab it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got it? You got it? There
Thank you
go.
guys for
Show.
supporting us, man. But like these teas, man, I feel like these are definitely
They're
you guys'
too good
like,
not to support you guys, honestly.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it means a lot.
So we started doing clothing
I'll put it right here.
a few years
Hold it up for the
back.
camera.
We were like, you know, doing videos and stuff, but wanted to hit that next stride. So everything we do, it's always built off the premise of hitting a new stride. You know, breaking into a new industry, getting more fans in different niches, right?
Exactly.
So clothing, right? There's people that don't like our music videos, but they like our clothes. There's people
Right.
who maybe don't like our clothes, but they like our movies, right? So
Yeah.
just expanding into every industry that we possibly can and that we feel comfortable in. So
Right.
clothing is definitely one. This is the signature sad and lazy tee. In Japanese, it just says sad, and then on the bottom it says lazy.
Which, just to everyone out there listening or watching, I ordered this tea within like a 30 seconds of looking at it. I was like, I need this one for the podcast because it's dope as hell. And
Thank
you know, after the pickle review, I actually want to ask you guys about anime.
Oh,
So
definitely.
We're actually
yeah.
gonna get to that.
Well, that's a huge inspiration for
Yeah.
me, and I know it's become one for him as well later on in his creative journey as well. But it's always been something
It
for
really
me.
is.
Like, was watching Naruto when I was like 8. Right.
Naruto, yeah.
So it's a little different for me. It's like I grew up with anime the same way people grow up with like Cartoon Network. Like I've been watching it since then. So
Right.
yeah.
So we're gonna actually bring that up, but right now we're gonna actually review. What are these pickles called, guys? I can't read the label from McClure's.
McClure's. Hold on, get that branding right.
These
there.
are supposedly really fire pickles.
Well, speaking of this, though, people can buy this.
Brooklyn,
Yeah.
Detroit.
People can buy this at.
You could buy this on our website at weareyoungcreatives.com. We have many things there for sale, and this is just one of them. But we have
Yeah. Can
paintings.
we pull up the website real quick,
Yeah.
just because that's a very important topic. I don't want to like glance over that. That's a big one because this is how we're planning to fund our next film.
Nice.
So this is something that we really want to push. We really
Perfect.
want to push the clothes, and we've lowered the prices. Like when we first came out with our line, we were getting fucking taxed from this distributor, so we had to make everything expensive. I had to charge my mom $60 a hoodie. You
You guys
Like,
just
I
have
feel
a
good
good
about
line
that
set.
shit.
Man, we cut out the middleman.
Cut out the middleman. So now our tees are like 15%, 20% cheaper. They're 35 now, not 45. Our hoodies are 45, not 60. So we really lowered the price for you guys.
Well, people don't understand though. When you're selling merch online, you're either going to get something that's low quality or you're going to get high quality.
Yeah.
And your stuff is high quality.
And we make these designs like
They're all
we
original.
hand sketch,
They're all
finish
original,
these
every
designs.
single
Like
one.
it's a variety of our work too. Like I created the rough draft design for this one, but he did the octopus. You know what I'm saying? So
this hoodie's been
dope
pretty
one.
popular, right?
yeah. This is our number one hoodie for sure. This is the Young Creatives Octopus hoodie. Used to be 60, now it's only 50. But you get free shipping
Dope.
after 90. So if you buy 2 hoodies, you get free shipping. Yeah, and if you're local, like you'll get it instantly because
We
drop
got
it
it
off
the next day.
Yeah.
I really like the one that I got another shirt from them, and it was the brain food. I think that
This one?
logo's
Yeah,
all
the
way
yellow
to
right there
left.
on the left.
This one.
So that's
That
the
one's
back
so
of the that's the
dope.
back of the tee,
Ooh.
and the front of it has our brain logo with chopsticks. If you go down, you'll see another picture.
Yeah, let's go down.
There we go, and we have it in pink as well, yellow, and pink.
yeah.
Yeah, so that has like the
That's dope.
That's so dope, man. I
yeah.
love
So
that.
we're really trying to push the clothes.
Thailand.
Yeah.
They eat monkey brains.
Oh my god, they do. That's crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah, a
That's
lot of our
insane.
designs really are like anime inspired. You know, I know I always look at inspiration too, just at the way of like how the shadows are falling off, and like like one thing I learned recently is when I draw like these designs, the shadows aren't supposed to have outlines. Everything else has an outline, but the shadow itself, if it's a different color, that doesn't have an outline. It's just like shade. That's how you create that illusion, and I kind of have to learn that. You know, like we both do, because it's like you want to create like a consistency with all the designs. You know, you want them to you want to look at a design and think, oh yeah, that's a Young Creatives merch.
Sure. And I just excel at 2D drawing anyway. I was really bad at like depth and perspective. So if something's flat in 2D, I have a way better time like working with it and like trying to sketch it.
See, I'm still rocking stick figures. You know what I'm saying? Just
But see, you can do something crazy with that if you have like some deep like messaging or like some letter. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I guess,
You can make a good tee with like stick figure drawings.
Bomb ass stick figures on the way. You guys, I appreciate it.
We also have our paintings. We just put our paintings on here as well. We both paint. So like,
oh yeah, you just started putting those on there, right?
Yeah, we've had these paintings for a while. Some of them, but
it took 2 years to make these paintings.
Yeah, for example, like like he did. If you scroll up, so he did. I did this giraffe one. So it's like I did this one. He did that one. Like it's like mixed, So like we don't put on the website who did what, but like when you buy the paintings, it'll like, be my signature, his
I like
sign
that though,
and stuff.
You guys are doing it as a group, not singly, which is not solo, which is awesome.
Yeah, and like that just goes to show, like if you're creative, you can monetize your creativity. I just wanted to like kind of briefly touch on that real quick. Like,
you know what this one looks
everything
like?
We do, oh yeah,
it looks like you're flying above like an island.
Somebody has said that before. Yeah,
that's good.
And then here's all the people in the water getting attacked by sharks.
That's great. Well, you have the perspective, right? Because it's called Little Houses. When I made this one, I was thinking just like all these places. It's a village and everything, all this crazy stuff happening around them. So this one's just like
and I'll pop this up bigger too, so people can see it.
It reminds me of like the '80s, like very like '80s like T-shirt.
Yeah,
I could see that on
the purple.
I'm very abstract with my art, like super abstract. We both are pretty abstract when we like.
Oh yeah, I love abstract painting. I never really paint like real things, like a dog,
realism and stuff. That shit takes too long. I'm not that good. I'll be real.
Yeah, I don't have the patience either for that.
But yeah, man, just everything we do, everything we like, I'd say like out of a 1 to 10, everything that we're like a 5 or greater in, we like, all right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I didn't know how to design websites until I said I'm going to design a website for our merch, and then now I know how to design. Now I know how to design websites. Now I could take on a client that would say, "Hey, I want a Shopify store design." I'd be like, "Okay, I can 100% do this for this price," and that's like something I didn't even think I was going to be doing even 4 months ago.
Wow.
Right.
So it's like it just goes to show like, don't be the person that's like, "Oh, all I do is this, and this is my thing, and if this doesn't work, then it's not going to work." It's like, okay, well, I left college to be a rapper, and now I own a production company, and I do much more than rap. So like, open-mindedness,
and you love it more because it's constantly something new every single day.
Dude, I can like wake up and anything I creatively put my mind to, I know and trust us to be able to market it and have some type of place, some type of.
We live our lives like Picasso. I was just watching a video yesterday. Picasso woke up. I mean, he wake up earlier than me, but Picasso woke up around like 11 a.m. and then he took like the first like 3 hours of his day to like be social and like do whatever. And then he would work for 10 hours in his studio up until like 11 o'clock midnight, where then he would have his dinner and then keep working for another 4 hours in his studio at night. Yeah. And he did that every single day. That's how this genius man works.
That's what you guys are doing.
I really related to that. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm just lazy or if I'm creative.
Was it Doctor Who, the show where they brought Picasso back from the dead, or was that who was that?
I've never watched Doctor Who, and you're gonna kill me. I feel so bad because like as a filmmaker, I feel like that's just like one you just have to watch, just like Wizard of Oz or like whatever. Like you just have to watch certain things to like be in the industry that you're in. But I just like,
was he the one that chopped his ear off, sent it to his girlfriend?
Think so. Or was that Van Gogh?
That was Van Gogh.
That was Van Gogh. Okay.
Van Gogh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some.
Let's talk about
all
that.
Your ears and shit.
So. Yeah, right. Let's talk about that for a second. How fucking these artists were like crazy as hell. And like the beautiful art that was being made was at the detriment of like most of their lives.
Yeah, they were like usually depressed. They were usually depressed, usually having a hard time.
Period. It's like he contemplated suicide like throughout all those paintings. Like,
and some of them even went mad from syphilis. I think some of these artists and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because it was not healthy.
Life expectancy was what, like 36 or something like that.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah. Like you were an old ass man at 36. You were like,
you want to introduce these?
Okay, yeah. I'm about to go crazy.
All right, we want to all try these. Here we got to do. We do the. Are they just doing? Or we?
Well, we're gonna try them too. We're just gonna use the pickle.
What's the name one more time?
It's a. These are McClure's pickles.
McClure's. Okay.
Here.
Shout out.
I'll grab.
Let's taste some organic pickles here.
I got some.
I'm just glad they don't have the green food coloring, and these don't look like a highlighter.
Here's a full one.
I appreciate that.
Double dipping on it. Oops. So
it smells like a standard.
So you guys already took a bite, but let's do the synonymous crunch. Is like the staple of the show. We all take a bite at the same time.
So wait. He's got.
Yeah.
There we go.
I kind of got to put my finger.
One.
It's gonna be hard with the fork.
2, 3, go. Well, these are supposed to be a little spicy too, which they are.
They're good.
Damn.
I get you after that, huh?
Woo!
Wow. I like these.
That's got some nice kick. It's not too hot, but
I'm about to turn into Samuel Jackson. Oh, what the?
wow, these are fire, dude.
I'm Mexican.
I don't know if I want to grab the beer or the water.
You can handle it.
Is this even spicy for you?
No, this is good. Yeah, no, this is good.
I didn't know if I wanted to grab the beer or the water.
Just both.
Beer kind of
Just
made
pour
it.
at the
The
same
beer
time.
kind of made it nice.
Beer makes it nice. You can actually pour pickle juice in the
as
beer.
like lime on taco. It was like that same effect.
Oh, nice.
Exactly. A lot of people
That
pour
was
pickle
crazy.
juice in their beer, and it makes it taste really, really good. So
That might be a thing because
Might
I
have to
really
try it.
hate beer. I hate all alcohol, honestly. The only thing I like is wine. That's it.
I hear pickle juice is really good for you, like for athletes too. You know?
it is. It gets rid of
great for
cramps.
your
It's got a lot of
muscles.
sodium in it, so it helps
But
you
the
retain
worst,
water.
I was just telling you about this the other day, was because I play football and we had a 6 canteen thing, like 6 slots of like water, but then one of them would be pickle juice. And the worst thing was when it was hot as hell and you was trying to, yes, and you just, and it was green and you were like, oh shit. Or times when you thought it was Gatorade
That's not
because it's the same
Gatorade.
color.
Same
Oh
color.
my God. But yeah, pickle juice was a lifesaver.
But these are the organic ones, so they don't have yellow juice. It's more clear.
I like it.
Yellow is usually the.
But they definitely snuck up on me.
Oh, yeah. For
That
sure.
was,
Yeah.
Taking a bite.
and I told you, I was like, it smelled sweet.
Oh, man.
And I ate that, and it literally was like a bomb went off. Like,
Yep. Like in a
That was
second. It was boom, and then
nuts.
bam.
That was nuts. This
So-
would be amazing to cook with.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
this would be your pepper. Like, this
on-
would
on
be
some
any.
burgers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this would be good. On
These
Like,
are
even
so
just
good.
squeeze the juice on something. Like,
Man.
yeah.
So we're gonna
That's
actually
crazy.
rate these, and you guys get a chance to rate these. We're gonna put your ratings on Instagram. So
Ooh, okay.
out of what?
you can
5?
rate it however you want. Out of 5
he
out of
does
10,
it
out
out
of
of
100.
10. I do it out of like a random number I choose whenever I decide that I'm going to do it. So do whatever you want.
So, like, sometimes you'll be like 72, and that's
Yeah.
out of 100.
Yeah,
We're like,
exactly.
okay, okay.
Right. Yeah.
I'll give it. I'm gonna go with letters.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
go. I'm gonna go. B minus.
B minus.
But let me put
Okay.
let me put the context
Yeah,
in.
you gotta say
I don't
why.
really eat pickles often, so
Right.
I'm not really a huge pickle advocate. This
You
might
don't
be
fuck with pickles.
but it does taste like something that would be like super niche and super like popular with a pickle person. Like,
Yeah, like a
you know what I'm
pickle
saying?
person, yeah.
Yeah, I'm more like a hot sauce guy, and I'm going based off like the hotness. That was good. I like that type of hotness on like
maybe
a taco
actually-
or a chicken or something like
I was
that.
thinking that we're gonna actually do Dustin Poirier's hot sauce pretty soon. Maybe I'll save that one for your guys' repeat visit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I can handle
definitely.
hot sauce very well. I love hot
Definitely.
sauce.
Yeah, I love hot sauce too.
I'll give it a 10 on appearance.
10
yeah,
out of
oh,
10.
shit.
No, he
All
said
right,
this is the
okay.
multifaceted review. I'm
7.5 on like taste, only because I get what you mean. It's just a little bit spicy.
okay.
Yeah.
If I were to run a store, I'd get this, a little lower in quantity, just because I know, like you said, it's a niche.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody will buy it. You know, you kind of have to love spicy foods to eat this.
A pickle connoisseur
Right,
would love
right.
this, but not the everyday pickle.
Not the
pickle
everyday
eater.
person.
But
I
you
don't
liked
think so.
the spice, though.
Yeah,
The spice was good.
Mhm.
It was
Good
quality spice, and it didn't linger for too long. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I could eat another. Like if I was someone who liked these pickles, I could eat another pickle. It wouldn't be like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, let me eat
Right,
just
right.
one and put it back like a hot wing or something. Like
Yeah.
it's no, it's it's
Oh yeah, they
it's-
look healthy.
yeah.
They look healthy. They
It's
look
very
organic.
palatable.
Yeah. I'm still
Very
feeling that
palatable.
spice, though. He gave me one about this size. So I'm just gonna
The
chill over
texture.
here.
I'll say the texture was good. It was a nice crunch.
Yeah.
It wasn't too soft. It wasn't too crunchy. Like it was good. I don't know
Jones?
pickles that,
That was a
much,
great
though.
crunch.
So I could be like, and then someone's gonna be like, "They're shitty, they're terrible, they're good." And I'm just like, "Bro, it was kind of good."
My
Like-
hope is that you guys will leave here and like within the next week or so, you'll be like, maybe I should just buy some pickles. Like, that wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
That's what
yeah,
We like pickles.
Sure.
We
yeah,
like pickles every
because I
now
make
and then.
burgers a lot. So like,
Yeah,
I
pickles on
always-
burgers,
yeah,
extra
like
pickles on the
sandwiches.
burger. Yeah, that's what I do.
There you go.
It's good.
Jones,
And you
what's your
guys-
rating for this?
I'm gonna go out of 72.
Okay.
And
72.
I'm honestly, I'm gonna go.
It's a good number.
I'm gonna go 83. 83 out of 72.
83 out of 72.
Yeah, I
There
love
you
that
go.
spice. Like that was a
Yeah.
big burn. What was funny is that the first bite I took, I had gum, so I slopped it on the side, and then
Oh,
after
so it was
I
a weird taste.
Well, then I ate the gum because I didn't realize that. The gum's gone.
Now it's
So
gonna take 10 years to digest.
yeah.
Remember that rumor we used to tell ourselves?
It
If you
might be
swallow
true.
bubble gum, it'll take 8 years to digest. Like that's not true. Like nothing's
Well-
staying in your intestines for 8 years. There's no way. That's
Your body would
ridiculous.
absorb it by then, you
Like,
think.
like
yeah.
what? Like this was gum just sitting here from when I was 12. Shut up.
you're almost done. You're almost there.
Right. So it just comes out one afternoon. You're like, oh,
The whole thing.
Then your dog eats it, and the process starts all over again.
oh god.
I'm gonna give these an 8.4
Ooh.
out of what I was gonna rate them at 8.7, but the crunch just wasn't where the crunch wanted to be. It was crunchy, but it wasn't crunchy enough, so I give
Yeah,
it
it was,
8.4.
and I think you know what it is because the crunch part comes from like that harder outside part, right? Majority of the time, and I feel like I don't know what it is, but the ratio is like there's like more of the pickle on
Yep.
the soft side.
Yeah,
than there is
yeah.
the hard back.
I think the
So
consistency
like,
is key with these a lot of the time, because sometimes you'll bite a crunchy part of the pickle. Sometimes you'll get like a
thick.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of soft part.
I'd recommend
compared
this, though, to
like-
somebody.
I would
If
definitely
someone likes
recommend
spicy
them.
pickles.
They
They're
should all be
expensive.
that thin. They should all be that thin.
Yeah.
You'll pay
Like that.
$13 to $14 on Amazon for that, and maybe a little shipping too. They're not
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're,
these aren't like local.
Not for
No,
me,
these are
but
not
definitely
local.
for somebody.
we
Yeah.
order all of our
Right.
pickles from across the world,
this is
across
from-
the United States.
This is from
Yeah.
Brooklyn. Brooklyn, New York.
We actually have people give us pickles too, because they just want people to see what they think. So
Yeah.
we did that.
Do you guys like?
Keep sending pickles into the Pickle Podcast.
Yes, keep sending them.
Someone will like them.
Do you guys like the Lay's pickles?
The Lay's pickle chips.
Dill
Somebody
pickle
sent me
chips?
those
Oh, fuck
today.
yeah.
We
I
had
like those.
Doritos.
Stop it.
They had Doritos
Oh,
ones.
man.
Oh my god, fire!
I don't even
The
chew them.
best thing
I just
ever.
inhale them.
Oh yeah. Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
The Doritos ones though, when you actually buy them, it's the same effect as these, where you just feel like a bomb go off in your mouth. It's just like a
yeah.
sour, tangy, spicy like.
And Doritos
explosion.
are weird because Doritos leave all the shit on your face. It's like Cheetos. Like, they
That's a
always-
good thing.
Yeah. No,
It's a double
It's got a
snack.
finger finish.
Yeah, but I
Double
mean, not
snack.
if you're like wearing a new shirt or like gonna do something with money or like anything else, like with your fingers. Like,
Well, I hope before a fancy evening you're not like, let me get some Doritos in me real quick. I got a steak dinner. I got a big
hey,
steak
you never know, man. Casey's
Man, you got
Pizza,
some tangy
Casey's
breath.
Pizza and Doritos, man.
Oh yeah.
On a taco
Man.
pizza? I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe put like pickles on a
oh.
taco pizza?
I mean,
That'd be
Casey's
weird
get
idea.
at us.
On a cheeseburger pizza, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That
saying.
motherfucker Casey's lit.
Yeah,
Whoever
dude.
Casey, thank you.
Whoever Casey's
Whoever
is.
you is, bro. Thank you. Even if you're a chick, I don't know. Casey could be a girl too. Thank
You know,
you.
Dave
Oh,
Portnoy
yeah, it could be.
actually
I
ripped
think
on
it's a girl.
Casey's Pizza.
But yeah, that makes
earlier.
Really?
Yeah, Dave Portnoy.
Well, he's from what, New
Barstool's-
York or some shit?
Yeah, he doesn't know anything about
Okay.
pizza. Get out of here. He has the taste of a 12-year-old, Dave Portnoy.
Well, I'm gonna say if he's from New York, he does know pizza, but
He only
that's why
tastes
shit on
cheese
Casey's.
pizza.
It's not
Open up your
gas
palate,
station
bro.
pizza. That's a
Oh,
Midwest
yeah,
thing.
that's a whole thing.
Gas
Like,
station
you
pizza
can't,
is
you
a Midwest
can't,
thing.
you can't.
The
That's
grease
like
is there
messing
for
with
a
our
reason.
culture.
Yeah, right. You don't
The
need
grease
to
is there for a reason, in my opinion. We're gonna try D's Nuts Pickles now. I had to order these offline too. You can get them anywhere.
Okay.
I think
Are these by
online.
Dr. Dre or no?
We live in Iowa, so you probably can't find these
Well,
if you
it's
have
this
them.
old woman on the side, older woman, older
Are those,
gal.
are those nuts?
on the
Why?
side.
For peanuts, yeah.
D's
Oh,
nuts.
so what kind of peanut?
Dill pickle peanut.
Yeah, dill pickle peanut, and it's I don't know.
Because I am allergic to nuts.
Oh,
you?
don't
Not,
touch
Okay.
it.
not like
Alright.
deathly or like if I touch it, I'll like, no. Just like if I ingest a lot of them, I'll
You
start
don't
breaking
like
out
almonds,
and shit.
do you? No.
I'm
don't
allergic
have
to
to try
almonds
them.
and cashews and some oils. On that's my
I would-
only allergy.
I would
so
steer clear,
I'm gonna
yeah.
stay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay clear of that. But
He's
I'm
giving
gonna
it a
trust you
0
guys.
out of
I
10
can
right
smell
now.
them though. I can smell them though. I know
Yeah.
that. I know that because I've done
Give
that
a
before.
rating off
We'll
the
have you give a
smell.
rating on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
smell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, it has that like nice peanut taste. It tastes like it smells like peanut butter. I know
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
like a different taste to it though, but
I'm
just smells
guessing
like
these are
peanut
going
butter
to
to
be
me.
a little faint on the pickle flavoring. I'm guessing they're more
Yeah.
nut than
Yeah.
pickle.
So what's the
These looks
litter
like a
on that
slight.
one?
Looks like a slight.
These look like jalapeno.
Just a little
They
slight.
jalapeno
do.
peanuts.
They do kind of look like the jalapeno spice.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Juan.
I'll
Go
try
crazy.
some. I'll try some.
I feel like you're gonna like him because he's someone he likes.
Nuts.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
You know, I kept these
I
nuts
like
cold
healthy
too.
fats.
Yeah.
I like healthy fats, and that's what this is.
in protein.
These are good.
Wow.
You know what? These taste just like the Lay's pickle chips.
Yeah.
On peanuts.
They
There
do.
you go. They do.
Yeah.
They taste
Yeah.
really
It
good.
has a potato chip pickle flavor essence to it. Does fire.
I'm just gonna say you're missing out just because I feel bad. So or
No, it's
you're
all
not
good.
missing out. You're
It's not too
missing out.
overpowering. Would
You're
you
not
agree
missing
with
out.
that?
My food taste.
It's not
I
overpowering,
realized late in life I'm actually really picky with food. I don't like seafood either.
Oh yeah.
I don't. But
Just any
but my
seafood?
excuse for that is because I live in fucking Iowa, and any seafood I'm eating is not.
It's not
It's
fresh.
traveling
You're gonna
18 hours on a
If
semi.
you go to San Diego, you can eat seafood right off the bay. you
Well,
know?
our
yeah.
thing is that we want to go to Japan and like start to work with some
No,
other
be
like
back.
You'll
Japanese
eat sushi
designers and
there.
stuff, and then I'll eat
Yeah.
sushi there. The same way I was like, hey, my
Yeah.
first time on a plane, it's gonna be because I'm fucking lit and I'm going to England to do what I want to do, not because I got on a plane with my mom when I was 7 and I hated it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I'd rather wait to enjoy the whole experience instead of like going to
Exactly.
Osaka and getting some bullshit sushi in Iowa. I'd rather just.
Well, they had roaches. So
No,
that
I went
probably-
to
Oh yeah, they're terrible.
I actually went and got sushi
So many
in
people tried
San
to
Diego
take me there
one
when I was
time.
younger. I was like,
Yeah. Oh, good thing you did.
Did you know the sushi bars out there actually they give you something called a bento box, and they actually keep the same box for you, and like they have you reuse it all the time, and the chefs will actually get drunk with you while they're making you sushi. It's customary for them to take shots with you while they're making you sushi. So at the end of the night,
sounds cool.
these chefs are way
plastered.
Way drunk.
Going,
They're plastered.
even drunk as hell.
Yeah, they make the best sushi even when they're wasted.
Wow.
It's amazing, and they're great at it.
In
dropped your
Japan,
pickle.
I think you told me this, but in Japan, don't you have to like be like you have to be like a chef and you had to go to school
You have
for
to
like
graduate.
5+ years.
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
make
yeah,
like
yeah.
6 years, something
Yeah,
like that.
You
it's
can't
a
even make
different.
sushi
It's a
and get
different
paid
because
for
food.
it.
You're talking about like food being a custom
They take it
culture. It's not
serious.
just It's not just like
Yeah.
It's different.
It's like the religion out there. Like
Yeah.
if you don't make
Yeah.
the sushi good, you're banned from the family.
It really
like,
is.
yeah.
You get kicked out of your
especially like
school.
with their culture too. Like because like a lot of times like you got to admit that like Japan was bombed.
Yeah.
That affects
Right.
civilization. That affects
And they're still
culture.
feeling
That
the
affects,
effects of that like decades
Yeah,
later.
and they're what's called a monoculture, which means like 98% of everyone living in that country is the same nationality. Like so 98% of everyone in Japan is Japanese.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, Korea is the same way. Like so, with that monoculture, like it comes like certain things like I don't want to like talk about their culture too much, but like I would imagine it's something that's like a lot of people are similar in the ways of customs. Like
We're gonna get into the Japanese culture. Before we get into the Japanese culture and the fashion and stuff like that, which I think is important to talk about, we have actually a new segment that we're going to debut on the show. Jones, can you tell us a little bit about it?
It's like 7 minutes in heaven, but it's 7 questions.
Okay. 7 spicy questions from Jones.
So,
Because then you start off with spicy pickles together.
yeah,
right?
see, there you go. It all works
Spicy
together.
questions, yep.
So, I want to know what movie you guys would want to remake. Like, if you had the choice. And I would have said something like Mortal Kombat, but that's coming out. But, like, or make, like a Riddler movie. Like, nobody's made a Riddler movie, but you guys could make that dark.
I'm gonna
and
answer
fucking-
both just because I think about this all the time.
I just thought about mine.
I'm not gonna
you go
answer.
first.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna answer first,
But now you got it.
but I would like to remake the Spider-Man movie, the first one, like
Sam Raimi.
like
Sam Raimi.
Without
like if I
Maguire.
remake it, there's like none exist. Like you have to wipe them off from your brain. Like this is the first impression of Spider-Man. That's what
Right.
I'd have to like. It wouldn't be
I
like a
think it's
number
been mixed
7.
up so much that it wouldn't.
Yeah,
it would be
it's-
worth doing it completely different or with
Spider-Man's
somebody
my-
different. Yeah.
Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, and I think
Yeah.
they've kind of diluted the brand a little
They
bit.
have a little
and it kind
bit.
of makes me a little sad because he's like he's like the number one next to like Spider-Man or Superman and like Batman. He's like the one.
Tobey
Yeah,
Maguire
right.
really brought that to the forefront, though.
Oh, yeah.
He made the whole Spider-Man scene explode. Like his
yeah.
performance, some people are critical of his performance, but I think that he actually, I think it was actually really good.
Well, it's the same way why people like clown Christian Bale's Batman, right? When he first came out, he's like, his voice is funny. It's like, yeah, but like, look at
He
those
had to
movies.
mask his
They're
voice,
legendary.
though. Right,
If
exactly.
you were a superhero, would you want people to recognize your voice?
No, not at all.
Or
But they
your
killed
dialect?
Christian Bale because he's just like,
Nah.
it's just like, all right, well, like, but yeah, you bought a ticket to every movie, and it's dope. And we all recognize Dark Knight as being arguably one of the best movies ever made.
Absolutely.
So let's not sit here and act like he didn't
R.I.P.
contribute to
Keith
that.
Ledger, the greatest Joker that ever lived.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, real quick, because that's I think about that often too, because like I believe that I will be at the point someday where I'm making movies with these famous actors, and I just think I'm like, damn, I really want this to work because I don't want people to die before I get to work with them. Like that's such a crazy time we live in. I'm just like, fuck. Like when Stan Lee passed away, bro, like that shit hit me, man. A few years back, because I was like,
Stanley Kubrick.
No, Stan Lee, the creator
Stan
of
Lee,
he actually created Spider-Man.
Right.
Him
Yeah, I
and
remember that.
Jack Kirby actually like joined. They like I believe they were because Jack Kirby was at DC first. DC came before Marvel, and then Jack Kirby went to help Stan Lee start Marvel.
Started.
And then Stan Lee came up with a slew of heroes, and Jack Kirby came up with a slew of heroes. I think Stan Lee came up with all of the X-Men and Spider-Man. Jack Kirby came up with like Iron Man and Fantastic Four and stuff like that. So like. Bro, the dream team, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, I'll never meet that man. Like, that's fucking nuts. Like, but it's just like, there's other heroes out there, there's other people. So
there's a lot of up and coming actors though that probably model their own acting off of those guys, and you might even see some people that are comparable to I don't know Heath Ledger. Heroes are born every day.
Definitely,
you know what I'm saying. So you'll never know. You might get to work with an up and comer someday who might be one of those famous people later on.
And that's what we like. That's what we like to do. Just to not to stray too far, because I do have to say what movie I would want to make that's not made yet.
Yeah.
Right.
But like that's how we kind of work with our actors and just like people we work with. We want to. This is like something that we want to do again. Like, we want to be like, I admire people like Adam Sandler who continue to put on the same actors. And even Christopher Nolan, like he works with Christian Bale all the time. Like he worked with Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman on a movie called The Magician.
Who plays the butler.
Oh, yeah. I don't know his name, but the butler in
Oh,
Batman, he's done like the last like 6 movies with Christopher Nolan. Like it's even at that high level, you see even the highest level people doing it, and I think it's because of that word trust. It's like that T word, it's like he knows Christian Bale can show up and do this. He knows what he's going to get out of this person and that person. He doesn't have to gamble on a casting call that the person nails the audition, but they're not showing up to rehearsal, or they're not doing this. So
or they're just
it's
trash
trust
after that.
or they're just trust. Yeah, exactly. Like they used all their potential on this audition, and now
Yep.
they've gotten the audition, and now they're comfortable, and now they,
Right.
whatever, right? So yeah, so I would say that's like a very important thing is to always be comfortable with your actors and making sure that they know that you're in it for the long haul. You're not just like like working with them for this temporary project real quick. Like it's like nah, like a lot of people in our music videos, even they've been in multiple music videos. Like we have extras that have been in multiple things. Like
what about you, Juan?
Yeah.
I just thought about this right now, right when you asked the question, but I was thinking Donnie Darko is a good one. That's a really good one. So Donnie Darko came out when, like, in the late 90s. Yeah. I think if because there's a lot of remakes happening right now within like the film industry. I actually think it's a bit uncreative and lazy to me.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's a safe bank because you know that it will get it will generate money.
Nostalgia is in right now.
But money isn't equivalent to art, like at least in my opinion. But I think
money is not equivalent to art.
Yeah, I think, which is like why art can be worth so much. It's up to like the person that appreciates it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Donnie Darko. It's been about like 25 years since so I think it's up for a remake, especially like all these like high school kids that maybe might have not seen that movie.
Yeah,
I think it might be cool to like do like a creative spin on it and still keep it that moody, a dark drama. I feel like you could probably equate that to mental illness and depression and anxiety.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Take little spins 100%. on parts of
that
it.
Could be like that could be the little alien buddy that he sees.
Yeah. Easy.
Awesome.
In terms of a film that hasn't been made yet, I love science fiction, and like I'm the biggest Star Wars nerd. Like I've actually been disappointed. I've actually been disappointed in my life, growing up, like not being able to be in that universe. I was like, how can I not have the Force or even go out and get it? So it's not real. But like there's been Star Wars is such a huge franchise right now, that like I don't think it would get remade. They're just gonna keep adding on to it.
Right. So you want a new add-on.
So Star Wars is like out of the picture, they did their thing. But I want to make like a science fiction film like equivalent to that,
Yeah,
so
a series that creates an entire
world.
Universe type thing.
In the future.
And we're actually attempting to do that with Mob Squad, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly.
In a way. So Mob Squad is this film. The first, we actually wrote this back. We talked about that dorm room we were in. We were writing the script in that dorm room. It was a very ambitious project. We're still editing it. That's how you know how ambitious it is. 3 years of the business full time. We're still editing the movie. It was a superhero movie. And pretty much our whole idea was like, it's going to be like Marvel or whatever, but just not that. Like everyone in Iowa specifically does like fan films, like where they remake Superman or they remake. And it's like, that's cool, but it's like, come on, man. Like, you'll never get the credit for that. Right. No matter how great your movie is, they're still gonna be like, okay, well, what did you create? You didn't create anything. You just executed someone else's idea. Like, and that's
art
cool.
Is art.
Yeah, art is art.
Art is art. And art. Yeah. What's the saying that art copies art or art mimics art or repeats art?
That's true. But as a filmmaker, you spend so much time for something to not ultimately be yours at the end of the day. And I'm just like, I personally would want to recreate, because I feel like there's like superheroes. I actually have a video on my Instagram of me talking about this specifically. I feel like superheroes is a very specific thing that people just stick to what they know, because you have, superheroes are like, there's some superheroes that are 100 years old. Like Batman, the first Batman comic was like in the 1920s, like
20s,
1930 or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
it was
100 years.
By the
like
Depression, the Great Depression.
Yeah,
That's
so it's like
so
you have these superheroes that are so, it's like, we get it, but I feel like there's time for another new superhero.
Right.
Like, and not Hancock, that's a one-off movie.
Right.
Or not Kick-Ass that gets 2 movies and they're like, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like a fucking series that comes with action figures and fucking comic books and posters and marketing and putting new actors on that then go on to be the face of the character, like how Hugh Jackman is always Wolverine no matter what fucking movie you see him in. He's Wolverine. Tobey Maguire, you'll always be Spider-Man. Yeah. Like, that's not the best thing for acting careers, but it's like, we can do that again. Like, I would love to like put the face of a new like Static Shock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, even if it's not a wholly original idea, make a fucking live action of some shit we've never seen before. Stop making live actions of the same thing.
Powerpuff Girls live action.
Oh, we talked about that. Oh my god! If I had an animation budget from DreamWorks, the first movie I would make is either Courage the Cowardly Dog live action,
Courage the Cowardly Dog,
Powerpuff Girls live action. That would
insane.
To answer the question. Yeah,
Courage the Cowardly Dog was inspirational to me, because that's one of the cartoons that literally like creep the fuck out of me.
Everyone says that same shit too. So we were all watching it, thinking the same thing, and I feel like that's what makes generational like songs, movies, is when we're all listening to it and thinking the exact same thing. So then when we hear it, we all relate again. Right. So we were all watching that fucking episode where, I don't know if you remember, but it was like the creepy thing in the distance that's like,
if you need somebody to play the old grandma, I'll do it.
Return the slab.
Can you imagine that actor, the way he looks like? The way those voices? There's no videos of him. I tried looking it up. Can you just imagine how ridiculous?
Oh man, it's gotta be
that was
crazy.
an amazing voice actor.
dog.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
So Jones, what other questions do you have? I don't know if we'll get to go through all of them, but
I'll just pick the best one.
sure.
Well, I want to say also, you guys know Pauly Shore, right?
Oh yeah.
So his whole thing was right, laddie.
Yeah.
He said that exact thing. He's like, why my career ended was because I could be in a superhero movie. Like, there'd be a superhero movie and it'd be the end, and I'd just be an extra on a horse, and they'd be like, oh, he's gonna. Is that the Weasel? And it'd ruin every movie.
Ruin everything. Yeah.
Because they'd just be like, oh, there's that guy.
Yeah.
And so that's why his career's over. So
That's why
you're saying
branding
the same thing.
in projects you pick are very important. You know? Even movies you choose to make. You know, we think about that very much. Like, you know, when we chose to make Wake Up, for example, like Wake Up was a film that, you know, we had both feelings about and talked to each other about, but, you know, we were busy. We didn't go to protest. We didn't, you know, do a lot of things on the front lines, but we were like, how can we're the first people in our family to do what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we've
very much
struggled
so.
through it as well.
Yeah.
You know, being minorities ourselves.
Yeah, dealing with, you know, either you know, not racism, but prejudice when it comes to certain clients maybe not trusting us the way they should based off our experience.
So let's actually
stuff like
watch
that,
the preview real quick because
dude, this
we
is
have
so
limited
dope,
camera
man.
battery, so we're gonna
So
actually watch
dope.
watch the trailer right now, and then we're gonna kind of make our assumptions about the trailer and what it means. And
let's dive into Wake Up.
So I'm gonna turn the mics off for a minute, and then I'm gonna adjust the volume once I turn it on, and then we'll get our take.
Cool.
Yeah,
Hopefully it'll work here.
I knew you'd like those.
Yeah, feel free to eat as much as you want, man.
Man, what you doing on that side of town with them rednecks?
Man, them rednecks know what the fuck they doing, though. You gotta understand.
We'll talk about that part too, because that's interesting.
Frank, seriously, look at me.
3 suspicious white males. License and registration.
Yes, the teaser for sure.
God, you guys even killed that fucking trailer.
Yeah, we were like,
that's so
yeah.
dope, and the trailer's just phenomenal.
It's when we were making that, when we were thinking about making this film, like I came to him and I was like, it was really right after the
George Floyd.
The George Floyd. Well, yeah, that was. I was just thinking, because there's so many fucking names. It's just like it sucks. But yeah, George Floyd. When you know the officer stood on his neck and stuff. That was the wake up. I would say for me, and I was like, bro, this is like a problem that everybody needs to address now. It's not just if you have the resources or if you think it's serious in your area. Like, so I came to him and I was like, bro, I want to write this script. Like, you know, as a Black American, this is affecting me. You know, if something happened with your culture in, you know, Mexican America, like anything, I would be there for you. And he was like, yeah, man, whatever you want to do.
What's crazy about this film that really struck me is that I used to go to the University of Iowa, and we used to go to the field house all the time. And this was a common scene for us to be like riding in the car, no seatbelt, fucking around, throwing the basketball around at each other, joking. You know, the driver's distracted, and we never experienced a problem. So me watching this, just being able to see it from the other way around and being like, what if this happened to us? I think this really opens a lot of people's eyes. It truly is like a walk in my type of shoes type of thing. But even when you comment on, when the officer comments that, you know, those rednecks really know how to do this. I mean, everything is literally flipped in this film down to the very last detail.
It's done so well, guys.
Thank you.
For real.
Yeah. Thank you,
very,
man.
very well.
That was something that we talked about too, because it was very hard, like, you know, because we're not hateful people. Like, I've said redneck maybe on both my hands in my entire life. Like, I could count it, the times I've said that word. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's always been funny in connotations or like.
And there's worse words, right? You know?
Yeah. And I mean, it's something that, like, there's rednecks that actually are proud to be called that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's any black people that are proud to be called the N-word with the ER. So it's, to me, it was like, okay, well, while I'm writing this, I can't even choose. What was fucked up is the reality is I can't even say a word that will actually, just for the sake of argument, hurt two men like you the same way that word would hurt me if you said it.
Exactly.
There's literally no word I can say to you. I couldn't even create one.
There isn't one.
There isn't one. So even when I was writing this, as much as I was worried about white people being maybe discouraged by it or like, oh,
how could they say that?
Right? How could they say that? I was like, I still didn't even say anything that would make you feel half as what I would feel. So it was reassuring myself, you know, because I would ask him too, because we're our own, you know, me and him, we do everything in the business. We have to worry about PR, we have to worry about marketing, we have to worry about how things are perceived. We can't just be like, yeah, this is what we're doing today and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we think, well, bro, like, what if people don't get what we're trying to do with this? Like, what if they think, oh, you're racist, you don't like white people, and now people don't want to book the young creatives because they think we don't like white people or something.
So where was this? This was featured in a film festival, right?
Yeah, it's actually I can pull it up real quick. It's been featured in a few.
Yeah,
it was
so
an official selection in the Chicago Film Festival,
Yeah.
Cotsworld Film Festival.
Okay.
And just recently, we haven't announced this one yet, but the London International Film Festival.
and one in California, the Big Sur Film Festival.
Big Sur Film Festival,
Yeah, but going back to the way that people would perceive this film and like us as a business, that's why timing is so important. You know, like we were sitting on this film for like almost half a year. You know, just deciding like, okay, when are we going to drop it?
Because we didn't finish it enough time where the Black Lives Matter protests, they kind of died down and we still didn't have the film done. So it was kind of like we didn't want to lose the fight.
Traction.
Really.
And yeah. So on January 7th, that fateful morning when they stormed the Capitol, that was the perfect opportunity.
I looked right at him and I was like, bro, we got to drop.
You know that we had a podcast that day, and that happened about an hour before our podcast, and we were like, how the fuck are we going to have a positive podcast after this just happened? And we made it work, but the whole time we were just like,
back
had this shit in the back of our head.
Yeah, we didn't want to talk about it because we didn't know what was going to happen with it, or that we didn't know anybody had died.
You didn't want to be on record saying something and then something that you said actually did happen, or maybe you seemed insensitive to it or whatever. Like, it's hard, man. We live in times where like people are trying to cancel you. You know, people are
at any
you know, you got to be careful.
So we have a little bit of time left. I wanted to ask you guys about an email a little bit. Jones, did you have anything else?
I just wanted to tell you that I watched this video in the middle of the day, and it completely changed like my day. I was just like, I could not stop thinking about it. I was sending people like, yo, check this out. Just check this out. So amazing job.
We get inspired by a lot of our guests too. Tone came out with a new song, "Free," that we just listened to all fucking day.
It's great.
It's such a feel good thing, you know.
So good.
So we definitely
and you
want
guys
to
did
take
the video for that too.
Yeah,
so which is cool. It's
and his
all
latest
connected.
Stuck Inside as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope too.
So if we're let's get into an anime real quick.
Oh yeah.
And I do have a friend. His name's Ralphie Rose, Nate. So if you didn't know him, but he wanted me to ask you guys what you thought about some of these anime subjects, and I wanted to see if you guys know who this guy is.
Okay. Ha! Yeah, that's okay. So that's a character from Giorno Giovanna. That's from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah,
He
Italian, right?
Yeah. He is extra as fuck. Just to put it short, JoJo's not on my top 10 list of ones I'd recommend. It is a great anime for if you've already watched like every anime there is. So I definitely watch JoJo, but it's definitely not something that I've finished because there's two series. There's this one that they made in like the early 2000s, and there's the remade one. Yeah,
that's crazy.
But no, every character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is extra, and it's a super funny.
I mean, look at the art too.
Anime.
It's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. A lot of the characters are like very metro. You know what I'm saying? Very like, you know, very in touch with their feminine side.
Right.
But it's funny because they make jokes about each other's feminine side, but they all are super feminine, and it's just it's funny. It's a good laugh and action watch.
I've also heard that one of the best anime of all time was the Full Metal
Alchemist
Brotherhood.
Yes, sir.
The first one was cool,
Yes, sir.
but then I heard about the second one and I started watching it, and I just got obsessed with it.
It's like the number one.
Yeah, it's like
anime.
one of the number
well,
one
actually,
ones.
just got beat out by Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan,
which is the first show, I think, animated show ever to get upwards to 9.8 ratings for every single episode of the season.
Wow, that's crazy.
And they had a couple 10 episodes, like where it was just like, oh yeah, top rating.
What about Yu Yu Hakusho? That's another one.
Yu Yu Hakusho. That's actually this right here.
Is it?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh,
yeah.
snap.
So Yu Yu Hakusho is super dope. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Like that's probably on my list. I would say my top 10 list, real quick, would be Parasite. You spell it with a Y. It's a quick anime about like a parasitic. Alien invasion, and this alien actually doesn't get to take over the brain, so they have to coexist.
This was
he's dealing with this alien on his arm.
This is the first anime that he put me on to.
Yeah,
and I was like,
because I told him, like, as soon as we started to get good friends, I was like, bro, you need to know something about me.
This is one I've never heard of, so I'm definitely gonna check this out.
Anime.
Everything is inspired. Like I do fight choreography for our movies, and I'm always like thinking of anime. Like I'm a fucking nerd.
I saw this anime, and I was like, so this is anime.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, you like this? Okay, now I know you'll like this.
Yes.
So I'd say Parasite. This one's really cool.
Okay, that's another one.
I would say after that, obviously Full Metal Alchemist, of course. Brotherhood is like the GOAT. If you haven't seen Naruto, let's just get that out of the way real quick. Naruto. Then I would say Inuyashiki. Not Inuyasha, but Inuyashiki. It's about an old man who's pretty much at the end of his life, and he gets a gift to save people. And it's about this old man who went from being diagnosed with cancer to being a fucking legend.
This is more realism.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very realism.
If you look at that picture right there, go down a little bit.
Yeah.
Right there.
This one?
That's like a good. Just,
oh,
like
sorry
a good
about
depiction of like the video right of the show. Because there's this young guy who also gets the same power, but he's evil.
Oh, shit.
There's scenes in this anime that will literally like, you might have to puke. Not horror wise, but just the very concept of what happens. Right. It's not even like bloody. Like a lot of times, it's not even really about the blood. It's just like the fact that it makes you sick to your stomach because they really like challenge humanity and what they think morals are in this one. This one's really good.
This is crazy.
Next, I would say is Promise Neverland.
Oh yeah, that one's amazing.
This is I can't give away anything. Literally, if I say anything about this, it'll give it away.
This one's on Netflix now.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
On English.
This reminds me of Nightmare Before Christmas mixed with Sailor Moon.
And this one has a season 2. This one has a season 2 out right now. That's coming out concurrently. That I'm watching every like Wednesday right now. It's still coming out. But season 1 is on Netflix. It's amazing.
It is on Netflix.
I literally can't say
Go
anything
watch it
about
on Netflix, everyone.
But definitely watch the subbed. There are some animes
Sub, not dub.
Yeah. Some dubs are really good. Like Naruto's dub is really good because they got American voice actors. Like they pay them really well. But a lot of the dubs that are mainly Japanese animes, if they don't have a lot of money to pay for an American actor or someone who is an English actor, so they usually get like a lower rated voice actor.
Oh, sure.
So literally, the higher the budget of the anime, probably go for the dub. The lower budget of the anime, always watch the sub because at least they're getting their A rated. But then in English it'll be like, "What are you doing, Toguro?" or some stupid shit. It's just like, like you're gonna feel soft watching a lot of animes in the dub. But it gets serious. It gets serious.
So we don't have much time left, but I wanted to actually bust out a couple surprises I had for you guys for coming on the show. We actually do have a clothing line that we just started. We're making it better, right? But we do have a couple Codeine Pickle signature hats that I was going to give you guys.
Thanks, man.
And obviously, if it doesn't fit your hair, you can give it to your girlfriend. You know.
Which one do you want?
Oh no, I'm single now.
Way to bring it up right at the end.
And by the way, guys, just before you put that hat on, check this out. I have another surprise.
This is nice.
I did
like
put a
this
YC
hat.
on my head.
Whoa!
Hey!
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, I put a YC on my head.
This is so cool.
I gotta get that on Snap. I gotta get that on Snap. Hold on, real quick. I gotta get that on Snap real quick.
I like this.
Oh man, he got the
YC.
He put the young creative. Oh my man. My man, the Pickle Podcast.
That's called support right there.
Yes, sir.
I love that, man.
We were pumped to have you guys. So.
Yeah, we're so pumped.
Yeah, man.
So
I'm gonna try to wear this shit for the fucking sake of the
why don't you guys give us a couple tags, a couple ways that people can find you online, find your videos,
go
find
ahead
your
and wrap
films?
yourselves right now. Go ahead and throw out whatever you got.
All right, we'll start with our personals and then go in like Young Creatives as a whole. So my Instagram is Juan's Film. That's JUANSFILM. I post a lot of 35 millimeter behind the scenes and personal photography there. I think it's got a really cool vintage aesthetic. And our Instagram is We Are Young Creatives, just like the website as well. So if you want to check out these nice shirts that we have and some of our other accessories and paintings, and we're always adding new stuff to the store.
New merch every month. Every month we drop new designs on our website. So every month.
That's awesome.
Yes, and you can follow me at Riley Mobs, just RILEY and then MOBZ, and that's my artist name as well. So I'll have some music coming out here shortly in the next few months. So stay tuned to that. And yeah, Young Creatives. If you just Google us, we'll come up at this point. I think we're pretty consistent with the content now. So come up.
So this was a great experience, guys. I really want to thank you guys for coming on. I hope we can have you again.
Yeah, shout out to the Pickle Podcast. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I definitely want to because I know as soon as we leave here, I'm gonna be like, oh, we should have fucking talked about this.
Write it down.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely there's new stuff every day, so we'll definitely be covering all the latest stuff. Like everything you guys are doing, we'll be getting that stuff out there and making sure you're known. So we appreciate you guys coming on. Andrew, you got anything else?
I'm just saying on the fade out, just say what actor you would fuck with right now in your films.
Ooh, okay. You go first.
Just one actor, and then we'll fade it out.
Yeah.
Or actress, I guess. Maybe you just want to see Hilary Duff, in person, whatever you want to do.
No. I have to. How much time do we have? Oh, shit.
Like a minute.
A minute. Okay.
Brian Cranston.
I was gonna say, Brian. Okay, either just watch the show.
Either that or the girl that is the girl from Your Honor, the one who plays the daughter of the mob boss. I don't know if you guys have seen Your Honor. I don't know her name, but I think she has like a really cool look, and we can experiment a lot with that. And
hell yeah,
think of a cool character from her.
I gotta go. I'm gonna make a rapper an actor.
All right.
And I'd like to do some shit with Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas,
because he's a fucking actor, man. Like I feel like I could put him in a really, really cool movie, and he could be like the next like black action hero or something like that. Like because you know Will Smith and Denzel, they're getting pretty old.
He could almost play if you made a movie about like Method Man. He could almost play Method Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like he looks a lot like
something like that. That'd be insane.
So Joyner Lucas for sure. I'd want to make a movie with Joyner Lucas. That'd be dope.
Nice.
All right, you heard it first here, guys. The actors. We're gonna have you guys contact the young creatives at some point.
Yes, if you need music videos, commercials, anything. If you want anything creative done, we do it. Just hit us up.
And hit us up too if you can't find it. The Pickle Podcast.
Yes, sir. Young Creatives, the brain.
Shout out Pickle Podcast. Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you guys.
This was fun. Like I love this. Like I love the pickle theme and everything. I'm actually gonna have some more of these peanuts because
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, round of applause for the young creatives.
All right, thanks guys.
Awesome show.